All right, let's get into it. Today, we are going to crack a code. And no, it's not some complex computer thing. It's a code that's hidden in plain sight, right inside the English language. And trust me, once you see it, you'll unlock the meaning of dozens of words all at once. Ready to become a word detective? Let's go. So let me ask you something. Does learning new vocabulary ever feel like this? You know, just this massive, disconnected wall of words that you have to somehow cram into your brain one by one? Yeah, it can be super frustrating, and it often feels like there's no rhyme or reason to it all.
Well, what if I told you that you don't have to just memorize everything? That there's a much smarter, way more efficient, and honestly, a more fun way to build your vocabulary.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly touch on that vocabulary problem. Then I'm going to give you the secret key, the root vowel. After that, we'll explore how this one little key unlocks a whole world of worth and then a show of strength. And finally, I'll show you exactly how to use your brand new superpower.
All right, let's get to the main event, the secret key. The real trick to building vocabulary isn't about learning more words. It's about learning the building blocks of words. Think of our key, VAL, as a master key that can open up a whole bunch of different doors.
And here it is, our key. The root is VAL, and it comes from the Latin word valere, which means to be strong. Now, what's so cool is its dual meaning. In English, VAL gives us two really powerful ideas: to be strong, like physical power, and to be worth, like monetary value. Keep those two concepts in your head, strength and worth. They're about to make everything click.
So just how powerful is this one little root? Get this, it's the foundation for over 50 common English words. That's right, one key unlocks more than 50 words. Talk about a great return on your learning investment.
Okay, let's start with that first meaning, worth. In this section, we're going to dive into all the ways VAL shows up in words related to importance, price, and, well, you guessed it, value.
And of course, we have to start with the most obvious one, the word value itself. It's the most direct use of the root. It literally just means the importance or worth of something. Let's think of this one as our anchor word. Now, once you have that anchor, you can build a whole family around it. Look how easy this is. By just adding simple bits to the beginning or end, you get all new meanings. Something with a lot of worth is valuable. Something with no worth is valueless. If you reduce its worth, you devalue it. If you check its worth again, you revalue it. See the pattern? It's like playing with Legos, but for language. Okay, here's a really interesting one that trips a lot of people up. You have invaluable and valueless. They look similar, but they are polar opposites. Valueless means exactly what you'd think, having zero worth. But invaluable? That means something has so much worth, you can't even put a price on it. Good advice is invaluable. A broken toy is valueless. So let's see how this idea of worth turns into action. When you evaluate something, what are you doing? You are literally judging or measuring its value. And when you validate a parking ticket or even an idea, you're proving that it has worth and that it's legitimate. Both of these action words hinge on that core idea of VAL.
All right, let's switch gears and pivot to that second powerful meaning of VAL, strength. This is where we see the root pop up in words about courage, power, and even health.
Take the word valor. It means great courage, especially when you're facing danger. It's not just about being brave. It's about a kind of bravery that comes from a place of deep inner strength. The VAL here is all about that power. And just like with value, there is a whole family of strength words. A valiant knight is a strong and courageous one. To prevail in a competition means you were stronger than your opponent. And if an idea is prevalent, it's widespread. In other words, it's strong in number. It's all connected right back to that root. Here's a fantastic example using a more advanced word, convalesce. Now, it might sound complicated, but as soon as you spot that vowel in the middle, you've got a clue. It simply means to recover your health and strength after being sick. You're literally regaining your VAL. And this idea of strength isn't just physical. Think about a valid argument. It's an argument that has logical strength. It holds up when you examine it. An invalid password, on the other hand, lacks strength and won't work. So VAL also gives us this concept of logical and legal power. So, we've explored worth and we've explored strength. You now hold the key, but how do you actually use it in the real world? Let's turn this knowledge into a practical superpower you can use every day. It's a really simple three-step process. First, when you come across a new, unfamiliar word, look for our root, VAL. Second, instantly recall its two core meanings, worth or strong. And third, use the context of the sentence to figure out which meaning fits. That's it. You've just become a word detective.
Think about what this means. You can now see the logic behind so many different words. For example, equivalent, that means having equal value. And a valedictorian, that's the student with the strongest academic record who gives the farewell speech. The connections are everywhere once you know what to look for.
So, you came here to learn about one small root, but you're leaving with a whole new way of looking at language. So my final question to you is this. Now that you have the key for VAL, what other secret codes are you going to go out and crack next?